believe what you can show, or just believe from what you know? What make a book holy if God never wrote it? Imagine God was just misquoted. If God was...
So, since they say Jesus is the begotten Son of God, he was God in the flesh, we would expect to see Jesus having a closer relationship with God than anybody else in the Bible. But is that true? Because out of all the times that Jesus spoke with his Father never spoke back. Out of all the prayers that we see Jesus praying in the Bible, it's a one-way conversation. Jesus never had a full conversation with his Father in the Bible, ever. His Father only spoke 3 times, and it was about his Son, not to his Son, right? But we see Moses actually had a full conversation with God. Moses actually seen, according to the narrative, he actually seen God. He actually spoke with God face to face. He actually got to see the glory of God that he asked God to show to him. But when Jesus prayed to the Father that he would glorify, that Jesus would be glorified, that the Father would restore the glory that they had before the world was, we didn't see the Father respond to that. We saw the Father we saw God abandon Jesus. God never responded to Jesus. So can you say he really abandoned him if Jesus never got a response from the Father when he prayed to the Father? So Jesus' prayers is really no different than our prayers when we don't get responses from God, when he seems to abandon us. How is Jesus' prayers different than us when we see Jesus praying, it's always a one-way conversation. It's never a dialogue. It's always a monologue with Jesus and his Father. So what made Jesus' relationship so special with God if they never had a full conversation? We never see a full conversation between the Son and the Father in the Bible. So how many people that you have a close relationship with, how many of those people would you not have a full conversation with if y'all were so close? So how close was Jesus to God? Obviously, Moses had a more special relationship with God than Jesus himself had. Think about it.
You want to hide something from a Christian, hide it in they book. If non-believers know your book better, how that's gonna look. Can't take the heat, get out the kitchen.